Hi, Poggy. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Animal Crossing. We're pretty much ramping up to the final episodes of Animal Crossing. I hope you guys are pretty much excited for this shit to be done. Because this has been a dead horse, brother. This has been a alpaca, brother, with a dead-ass horse in it. That's right. When it comes to drinking a Ram truck, I don't want anything other than a squirrel guzzler. Squirrel guzzler is for your mother. Oh my goodness. Fucking XQC. Fucking XQC got fucking banned today. No pixel. Holy shit. His second ban, by the way. First was he was just a total shitlord that no one wanted to fucking deal with him. The cops were just getting fucking tired. And guess what? Again. Oh, actually, no, sorry. The first time was combat logging and doing all this crazy shit in-game. And, Jesus Christ. I don't know, dude. Today was cop stuff, telling them he hopes they die and griefing and... Just griefing, dude. Just fucking tilting and griefing and accusing people of metagaming and accusing people of doing X, Y, and Z, breaking servers rules, so he breaks the server rules. Holy shit. I used to watch him all the time. You know, he was something that I used to watch all the time. Like, last year? No, dude, this would be like more than a year and a half ago. More. Yeah, more than a year and a half ago. When the that Minecraft server was up and they were doing the Minecraft games. And I remember there was this #1 Minecraft guy who was weird. Being weird. The fucking gnome was holding. What's his name? Keemstar, yeah. That Keemstar was doing. Alright? It's very that's when I watched him. Right? That's when I was watching X. Now, not so much anymore. I moved on and went to a political streamer. Now I watch, like, multiple streamers, for GTA RP and stuff like that. Like, I'm fiending today, because, like, it's just fucking drama. It's like a drama. I love seeing the stories, over arc and stuff like that. It's really cool. I would love to play on it and be a character on it. It's just fucking awful to get into, really, from what it seems. And also, I got boomer hands. My hands are boomerish. I can't do specific things. I got big old clunky hands. Don't very work. Big enough to choke your bitch with. Damn. Check back. I was hoping you'd come over and say hello, Always Here. Let's talk. How are you faring? Always Here. I do hope aerial life is everything you hope for. I hope it is. It probably isn't. Who knows, dude? There's really no point in living if you want to really get down to it, dude. You know, just look at your parents and see how they're suffering. But you have to, because you have to move forward. And if you say these things, people get upset. It, like, strikes a chord in their chest. Because that's not how you're supposed to be. Because you're supposed to exist and be quote-unquote productive to society while you sit in your chair and you fill out forums that have no absolute basis on changing society in any type of way. It gets very weird. I don't know why people say that. There's a lot of jobs out there that don't, like, ooh, you know what? You look good in some flower sunglasses, actually. There's some jobs out there that, like, they don't need to exist. Oh, shit. You looking fucking hot. That don't need to exist. There's a lot. There's so many out there. Shit, like, just work that's just made. That isn't productive and it doesn't really do anything. Right? I always find that weird when people are like, oh, you gotta be productive and have something come out, like, something be done, but, like, you know, jobs are just made for no fucking reason. You know? It's very weird. But I think that's also a good thing. It's a good thing and a bad thing, because then you start getting people specialized in shit that, like, you wouldn't really know, you know? Like, you shouldn't need an IT person, but you have them, you know? To the IT, to the capacity that most places have them. where they're the person who puts in your fucking antivirus, right? When your antivirus is making you not open your stuff, you're like, oh, I'm gonna put in a ticket, you know? There's some jobs like that that don't even need to be fucking around. And then you got a higher level spectrum of IT guys, you know? Fucking people who take care of, babysit servers, literally do fucking nothing. They work their way up to it, which is kind of fucking insane. I always find it very interesting, you know? When it comes to lower menial jobs and you're working your way, and you're just working, right? They're usually just like kind of fucking soul crushing, body crushing, or anything along those lines. But when you put in the education and like an investment, like the higher jobs at the top, you don't really do too much, right? That's the goal. You work hard for a specific amount of time, and then you get something, right? You get something that rewards what you did. But nothing happens to the person who, you know, let's say they're a construction worker. Maybe one day they can open their own thing, but like, I don't know, it's very interesting thinking about it and the concept of it. And there's different forms of way to look at what's worth your time. Very interesting. I also think that's like one of the reasons why you have people who always shit all over people, you know, like people who flip burgers, people who, you know, help you find your clothes at fucking Macy's, right? Like, you shouldn't need it, but it's there because it should be. You know, you have cheap, affordable food. There's people who can only really eat that because, you know, the bang for your buck is kind of fucking insane. And when it comes down to it, you know, for people there, that could be their only thing they can eat. You know, I don't know. It's interesting. But no, get back to what I was saying. I think a lot of people end up, I think the, you know, degrading and being pieces of shit to people who are working lower end jobs, I feel like there's like a form of like, that person is wasting their time and you're in a higher position and you're above them, right? That whole class fucking like mentality exists, but it isn't just like, I'm going to be very mean to the lower middle class, you know? I'm gonna be very mean to the upper poor class, right? Like, I don't think it's anything like that. I don't know. It's interesting. I will say that. I don't know. I just think of how many people who just like, I remember when I worked, like, I made donuts and people would be pieces of shit to me. When I was forced and I had to run breakfast for 2 hours when I was promised only one. Right, I just remember people being pieces of shit to me. And people being really, really nice to me. You know? It was always the people who were like, you know, who come in to get their coffee, they have an earpiece in and they're fucking talking. Right? And they can't bother to look at you. They can't bother to, you know, put on like a 5-second conversation so I could get their shit. They're like, oh yeah, move away. They're like, oh, I've been waiting here for a bit. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. I don't know. Maybe it's because I feel like work isn't being valued, isn't being paid in the value that I believe it should. You know? There's people out there who've lived with the same fucking minimum wage with over 50 years. You know, it's kind of crazy. It's crazy seeing people saying minimum wage isn't something you should be you shouldn't live on. Like, it's so weird seeing all that. It's so weird seeing a lot of people just being okay that people suffer. You know, that's what I'm trying to say here. It's so weird seeing that so many things block their ability to think about it too much. You know, and being removed from the situation you can't understand. It's so interesting. It's just so interesting that people are just like A-okay with people suffering, unless you talk about it, you know. But sometimes people just say, you know, hey, guess what? You are yummy tummy snacks. You should stay. Why do you want to leave today? Stink. doofus. Here, I'll give you something. I think I got something on me that you would like. A raincoat? Oh, you probably look really cute in a raincoat. Here you go. A relay tag? No thanks. At least it's red and matches him. Then. This year really woke me up on everything. When it comes to the government, you know, not wanting to give checks to people, or doing it so late. Like, they gave it to us so fucking late. So many people were just fucked over. And it's just, you know, you hear people be like, oh, you hear people talk about the government and how they're fucking us over, and like, initially you're just kind of like, oh, yeah. You know, weird conspiracy guy. And then now you get to see it where it happened to fucking everyone, where they don't give a fuck about you. You're just kind of like, oh, yeah, whoa, interesting. Okay, kind of weird. Very unpog champ of them, you know? I don't know, it's interesting, to say the least. It's just interesting how cruel life can be when we have all these luxuries to make it not so. You know? Because you could just say survival of the fittest and whatnot, right? And just be on with it, but I don't know. Society is built within a way so we don't have to deal with that. And it's very weird to me. Are these just gonna take me to random places? Okay. What the fuck? They all lead to one area, so that's very weird. I don't know, dude. Fucking weird. I don't know. I'm bummed out, man. Have a wonderful day.